You're now tuning into the sounds of the POTNAS Podcast.
Perspective on topics, news, shit.
Yeah. Oh shit. Hey. It's the POTNAS Podcast. We back.
Yes, sir.
Here we go. Freestyle. Hey.
shit.
It's the POTNAS Podcast, episode 13.
Yeah.
I step on the scene so crispy and clean.
Ooh.
You know how I rock. Yeah, that crimson and clean. I'm about to pass the mic to my boy, Young Dino.
It's that boy Dino, I earned my nickname.
Woo.
I'll be out there and say D, don't do his name. That's a Dino, if you listen really closely. It's that boy D, I'm cool, never lonely. Always got my partners left and the right.
Come on.
I don't give a damn, you fuck with them, I'm in the fight. Man, what's going on? I'ma pass it back. It's that boy D, I'm rocking a khaki
It's
hat.
the POTNAS Podcast. We got that fire.
Whoa.
We about to come through and run the whole empire. Man, boy, hold on. We don't get tired.
No.
The boy bow down. Call that boy Young Sire. Little bitch. Motherfuckers.
Okay, all right, enough.
Give me that horn, man. That boy is back,
He always takes it there. Like
That might have been the best one.
baby. Wow, season 2. Boy, that's how you close out a season. Well, we almost done with this season. All right, that was too loud. Ladies and gentlemen, our board is definitely broke right now. We during our hiatus from season 2 to
We'll
season
get it
3,
together.
we
We'll get it
gotta
together.
send it back to the shop. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Let me sit down and calm my black ass down.
I wish I could see. This nigga is I'm surprised.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the POTNAS Podcast, where we're delivering our perspective on topics, news, and shit. We are your hosts, the POTNAS. Starting from the left
energy right
end
there.
of the table, we got Mr. Put Your Money Up.
He losing
Courtney
it.
Coleman,
I know.
ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, Mr. Put your money up. Put your money up and don't get it back.
This nigga lost a bet, but we're gonna get into that, damn it. To his right is the flyest one in the room, Mr. Dino, aka the Dictionary. Bow, 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 bow.
What's going on, y'all?
Oh, and last but certainly not least, it is the most entertaining, electrifying partner of them all. You ain't never had a friend like me. I am Mr. Somebody Had to Say It. I am JT, aka Young Tizzle, Alive Thrizzle. You always do it so early, but go ahead and give me another one. Boom! Shaka, laka, clank, clank, clank.
Did JT go to the bathroom? Do some drugs real quick?
No, you think I'm on some rocks?
Push-ups. He did push-ups.
Yeah.
And he's over here on
I got
like,
my drink. I don't know if they put some VA pump. I don't know what's up in here, but what I do know is that
You
it's going to
swallowed
be
a
a
battery.
really, really, really great episode today. But hold on, before we get into the formalities and nice little
What's on your
surprise,
mind, kid? What's going
Courtney.
You know what? I know he wanted to go here. I know he wanted to do
on? Of
this.
course. He was itching to.
I know.
Oh man!
Yes, I lost a bet. Yes, the Lakers are no longer in the playoffs.
Look, I went.
Yes, the playoffs no longer matter.
Womp, womp, womp. It was a glorious day for a lot of people.
Yeah, it
I
kinda
know a lot of
sucked,
people
though.
made a lot of money.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Damn.
I was, yeah, I'm pissed.
You're pissed. Why?
Yeah. The playoffs not the same. Like you want to see Braun at least get to like the
Like a trip.
You want to see him lose in the finals. Or
I want to
something,
see
you know what I
some
mean?
new
Like,
kings on the throne. That's what I want to see.
nobody want to see.
I want to see BK all day come back. Let's
I mean,
get
look,
it.
I'm not gonna front. I'm not no big BK fan or like that. But I mean, I would like to see Harden get his ring. I'm not sour about the situation.
I don't care.
I'm a KD fan. Been one.
I don't like him.
yeah.
He got
horns.
like what 2, 3. Yeah.
I mean, but like, but I mean, I'm with you though. I did want to. I thought they would at least make it to a game 7.
I am a huge Devin Booker fan though.
Oh yes.
So
I like
I mean,
his
it's good to see
composure. I
him.
like how
Yeah.
cool he
he's
is.
smooth, bro. Did you see like?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, the fadeaway threes. Like, ugh.
Butter.
All right. We want to kick things off with a special thank you to our listeners and everyone who reached out and showered us with their thoughts, prayers, and love. Last episode, we embraced the lows we recently experienced, from miscarriage to losing a childhood friend. It's never easy processing the lows in our life, and it's even harder to talk about it and broadcast it to others. However, we here at the POTNAS Podcast wanted to let our family, friends, and listeners in on what's going on because healing is inevitable with a village. So for that, we say thank you and we love you all. So let's go ahead and give a round of applause to our listeners one time. Now, for today's episode, we're going to do something very special, partners. Oh, yeah. This season has been filled with nothing but spectacular moments and surprises, and today will be no different.
All right? What are you doing, bro?
Earlier this season, we introduced our very first of mini series of the show, The Relationship Theory. Yeah. Remember that, gentlemen?
Yeah,
a couple of episodes ago?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Good one.
And you all, the listeners, got a chance to hear from the partners themselves, the male perspective on dating, cheating, and other relationship things, right?
Sex.
But today, we hear from the POTNAS Ladies.
What?
Uh-huh.
What you mean, bro?
That's right, people. You all are in a special treat for today's episode because you will be hearing some of the same topics from the previous episode, but this time from the perspective of the ladies, the women.
But what women? Like, what are you talking about?
So at this time, Dino, Courtney, I will ask you two partners to please rise and offer your seats to the ladies, the sisters, the POTNAS Ladies, right now, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, they are here. Let me formally introduce you all to the POTNAS Ladies. We call them the sisters. We are sisters. We know each other. How does the song go?
We stand together. We do stand together.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, first up is my gorgeous wife. She's an educator. She is a sister of the Also Fly Xi chapter of Sigma Lambda Gamma Incorporated. She is the POTNAS First Lady. Give it up for She Is Sam Bang.
And it's actually National Sorority Incorporated.
National, okay.
So if you're going to say it correct.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right. Next to her right is the lovely lady of Courtney Coleman. She is the track star, the fastest person in the room. She is Mrs. Corn Pop. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Kendra Chambers. Oh, yeah. Hello, Miss Kendra.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. And last, but certainly not least, is a boss. Literally, she's an educator turned administrator, a mother, and a sister of the Delta Xi chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Wait, she is the beautiful wife of the dictionary. Give it up for Miss Jenn Dixon.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Yes. And there you have it. Now, all right, ladies, welcome to the POTNAS Podcast. Let's go ahead and get into intros, starting with the left end. We're going to get into origin, occupation, and relationship status. POTNAS First Lady, I mean, everybody kind of already knows who you are already. However, let's go ahead and do another formal introduction, shall we?
Well, I'm Samantha. That's my government name. Nobody calls me that. I go by Sam or Sam Bam. I am currently a teacher that is off for summer break. So hot teacher summer is what I'm coining this season. I came from a suburb outside of Houston. That's all I'm going to say. And
you don't claim it?
No, I do not. And I am married to your favorite partner, the ladies in the room.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
8.5 years in this thing.
Mm-hmm. Miss Kendra Chambers.
Hi, I'm Kendra Chambers. I am from El Paso, Texas. And I'm a professional athlete and I work at a university part-time. I run track and field. So Olympic trials time is coming up.
Relationship status.
Relationship status. I'm in a committed relationship. My boyfriend is Courtney Javon Coleman.
Oh, yeah.
Or
Corn shit.
Corn pop.
All right. And last but not least, Miss Jen Dixon.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jennifer Dixon. I am from San Antonio, Texas.
Hey. Oh, yeah.
I am an assistant principal here in Houston, and I am the wife of Darian Dixon, a.k.a. Dino.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
She sounded like I was just going to like be listening in on the best story of my life.
Read us some bedtime stories.
That was my teacher voice.
Like, I was like...
I should have played the kids button for her. They were happy for that. All right, let's get into it, shall we? Ladies, by no means will I be included in today's conversation. I will just be here as your show guide and your producer so that you all can focus purely on the topics at hand. So let's begin, shall we?
Bye.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm just here to really be the producer of the show and to kind of navigate y'all from, topic to topic. Okay. But, all right. So, like I said before, we started the first series of mini-series in the podcast called The Relationship Theory. And we got so much great feedback that people wanted more. Our listeners wanted more, but they wanted to hear from a woman's perspective on some of the topics that we covered back then. So, with that said, the first topic that we're going to get into is the dating phase, all right? Ladies, let's get straight to it, huh? Let's get straight to it. How do you define the term dating?
Oh, that's tough. Dating is when I feel like there's two definitions, like when you're talking to someone and then when you're actually like going physically on dates with someone or multiple people.
Oh, straight like that, huh?
Yeah.
I define
going with multiple people?
Well, I feel like you can be dating multiple people at once. So that's why I threw in the multiple people.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Cool.
Be in these streets. I was kidding.
In the streets.
I might be old school because I've been out of the game for a minute, but dating to me, like if I say I'm dating somebody, dating insinuated exclusivity to me. So I think I interchanged the term dating for what people call courtship, but nobody uses that term anymore. So if I was dating somebody, like we're courting, because like I'm dating with the intention for longevity or future. And then if I'm like exploring my other options and talking to multiple people, then at that point I consider that talking, not necessarily dating. So I'm talking to multiple people maybe, but once I put the term dating on it, that's when like I'm just for you. Like I see like a future.
It's serious.
Locking it in,
Same here. Yeah. So yes, I recognize that people have different definitions of dating. And so for me, I would say it's monogamous. And so basically I see it as a sequence. So first I see it as talking. So that's whenever it's casual, you can talk to multiple people. And then whenever you become more serious, it becomes dating. So basically dating I see as boyfriend and girlfriend.
So dating is a label.
Yeah, I see it as a label.
You better claim me.
Monogamous as in like just one person? Like
yeah.
Okay. Oh,
this is in the traditional sense, of course. So for me, like we started dating and then we had that conversation like, okay, this is what we want for our future. After dating, it came engagement. After engagement, it came marriage. And so I see it kind of like a sequence of different events, but dating is like the second stage of it.
I feel like y'all, like all three of y'all provided a very different definition of dating. And I think that's kind of what Dee and I were talking about outside of, Dee, Courtney and I were talking outside of this after the episode. After seeing all of our listeners kind of engage in our comment section after we posted the video of, how we determine, the difference between dating and talking and just defining those terms. And, it ties into why I think the lines are so blurred when it comes to dating, because everybody has a unique definition. And it kind of almost in a sense it almost appears that they wanted to appeal to them in that particular season.
That's why communication is key. So you got to communicate what your intentions are with whoever you're talking to or whoever you want to date or move forward with.
Yeah.
You got to be on the same page.
Yeah. And honestly, I feel like our definitions are created based off our past experiences and what we're exposed to. So I think that's why we all have different definitions of it.
Okay. Would you stay with someone if they do not meet your standards?
Well, I think we should start that conversation with like, what are your standards? Like,
Ooh, all right. Go ahead and
me
lead.
personally, I feel like I'm probably the most open. Like, I didn't go into like relationships like with the set standards. I'm more open and like kind of exploring people versus like, if you're not checking this box, I can't talk to you. Like, the first box that you have to check, or I'm not like entertaining it, is like I have to be like physically attracted to you, because like that's A1. Like, I'm not going to entertain a dusty dude that stinks. Like, I'm sorry.
Dusty.
Dude, you look dusty. No.
Yeah.
So like that's like the first box. But as far as like standards, like he has to be this, he has to be that, he has to be that. Like, I'm open to explore other people, like people for who they are, and like if we vibe, then it's a standard that I didn't know I had, but I liked, and that's when I move on from that. So like, I don't know. That's how I feel. I don't have like a set checklist, and if you don't check that box, like next, like that's not me.
What do you,
For me, I feel like I have incredibly high standards, but it's not because I am like judgmental. I'm just really hard on myself. So I'm an athlete. I hold myself to high standards. So everyone in my life, I feel like, should also be like-minded. And so I tend to attract people who are successful and who are thriving and who are doing things in their life. So I would expect that and nothing less of my partner. I would say I definitely do have like boxes to check.
What's your number one box? Like a non-negotiable.
And when y'all are answering this question, ladies, like make sure that y'all are answering from the standpoint, like take us out of the picture.
We were somebody before them, right?
So take yourself all the way back to like 2013,
This
Kendra.
is 2009 for me.
Right.
Damn,
Yeah. I was like, it's a
2009.
while for someone else.
Old ass lady.
I would say for me, I was raised Catholic, and so sometime in college, I transitioned to being a Christian. And at some point before I really started dating seriously anyone, I wrote down in my Bible like 7 things that I wanted God to show me who my husband was, right? And so those 7 things, I won't go into detail, but they're basic, like super basic things, like good father, good attitude, positive, obviously believes in God. So that one would probably be my number one, is that we share common values and beliefs about our faith. And so that would be my number one.
And I agree 100%. For me, I'm a very task oriented. I'm always making lists. And so I do have a list, but it's not in the sense of like 6'3", super specific or anything. But Christian is number one on my list just because we have to have that as a baseline.
Right. Yeah. Foundation is important.
Yeah.
So if you don't have those common like core values and beliefs, then it's going to be a shaky
rocky.
start.
Yeah. So that would be my number one. And then other than that, I feel like we want to have like shared values. And so Darian and I, we are polar opposites, but we have the same foundation. And so even though like our personalities are really different, we have a lot of the core values and same values basically. And so I think that's helped us a lot, and that's big on my list.
Expound upon the polar opposites. Like what type of personality do you have compared to Dino's?
He's an extrovert. I'm an introvert. He is
really?
high energy. I'm really like calm and chill. So,
But y'all's
those are the
jobs
biggest
actually
ones.
go the complete opposite way. Like I feel like Dino's job is a little bit introverted, not intro, where like he is allowed to kind of like be low key, whereas you being an administrator,
Yeah.
You're forced to kind of be in that position to where you're interacting and engaging. And
Oh
have to put on
yeah,
that
all
front.
day long. Yeah.
Okay, so
it's different. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that, of course, in different environments, you can adapt. But just as a standard, I would say that he's more of an extrovert and I'm more an introvert.
Y'all only named like 1 or 2 standards. That's all the standards y'all got? Come
Well,
on,
I
ladies.
said I was open to explore people. Oh, but if I'm really going to dive into it, like, you just got to be fun. Like, I feel like I'm fun. And if you're like a boring stickler, like we're not going to vibe. So like, I'm not even going to like talk to you and not even entertain you. So like,
bye, Felicia.
and what else you got?
Oh, y'all need to laugh, huh?
Oh, I need to
Funny,
laugh because
yeah.
I'm goofy. So I need somebody that's going to combat that because like, it just can't be me because I'm going to look strange out here. So, and I think I found my perfect match on that part.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm.
We're a little weird,
Hey.
but go ahead.
What about, if the person's been to jail? Like, would y'all still kind of play?
Yeah, I have family members that gone through that, and I don't judge them or love them any other less. So I have to feel like what the situation. And like I said, I'm probably the most open at this table, and I have to feel like if you murdered somebody, absolutely not. No. Or like a domestic violence charge. Like I got to think of the charge, but it was like a little weed charge.
He might get you out of them situations.
Right. I might sometimes you got to get a thug. Somebody you got to have a little thug in you in case we in them situations. So I need somebody to get me out.
Wow, Sam, I'll give it to you.
My man's from Greens Point. All right. Like,
You know what I'm saying? GP and the thing.
and I'm from Pearland, so we need a balance.
Yeah, that's true.
balance.
Look, I said
Yeah,
I
no.
was going to be a facilitator or whatever. I'm definitely all up in this conversation.
You can't help yourself.
I have to say no. I feel like a bad person saying no, but I
somebody
don't
in
see
jail?
myself being with anyone that was like doing some serious time. It's just I don't see anything aligned. Like
What if it wasn't their fault and they were falsely accused?
You ain't got no friends that been to jail before?
I have a confession.
looking around the room, have you?
And now thinking about it, Kendra arms kind of looking mighty swole. I think
If anybody were to go to prison, Kendra's going to be the one to survive. I'm with her.
No, I don't know.
I've been accounting.
Not immediately. Not immediately off top. No, I can't think of anyone that like I know. That I mean, I'm all for like rehabilitation, obviously, and like people can change. And I'm not saying I would be judgmental, but like as my husband and as the father of my future children, probably not.
Yeah, and I think, I guess I'm curious what you mean by open, but I think it comes to compromise. So none of us are perfect. So I think if someone has a standard of somebody being perfect in a relationship, they're just going to be disappointed and unhappy in the relationship. So I think that you have to accept people for their flaws because I think we're all a work in progress. And so yeah, I mean, it depends on what that thing is. You have to look at that as if it's never going to change because you can't have these expectations going in a relationship and like, oh, maybe this is going to get better. Maybe this is, or that's going to get better. That may or may not happen. So you have to be okay with whatever that flaw.
Some flaws
is.
are greater than others, I guess. You have to
Right.
like weigh the flaw.
Yeah, and if,
according to
you
you.
can't get over that flaw, you need to get out.
So in short, what you're basically saying, Jen, is like don't play yourself going into a relationship when you know that if that person is capable of, adapting to change, or if you know that they're not going to change and you'll be comfortable with going.
Yeah, or if that, if somebody,
if
if you have something on your on your checkbox and that person doesn't meet it and it's like your number 1 or number 2, don't even entertain it. Don't even go any further.
Right. My mom says you will never change a man, so don't try. That's the rule number 1. Like if it's not remotely close or obtainable, feasible, it's just like unrealistic to try to be with that person. So cut it off early before you get into it. But honestly, I can say for women and girls, I know I've been in this position where it's taken me a lot longer to realize that what I saw as potential really wasn't there when I was dating before Courtney. And so for me, it's like, that took me a long time to learn, that like not everyone has that potential. And what is potential? Because I feel like a lot of us get lost in the sauce and then we end up being in a relationship a lot longer than we wanted to be. So, yeah.
okay.
But you got to go through some of them bad relationships to like learn and like gain that knowledge to like know what you want and what you deserve in the one that you're going to settle with. Like not settle, that's a horrible word, but like your future relationship that's going to
you got to
drive you forward.
You got to go through bad ones to learn what the good ones are. and to learn what the ones are really.
So,
worth
ladies, your
growing
first
through.
relationship is not always going to be
not.
your forever relationship. So don't try to hold on to it. Don't try to fight it. Let him go. Sometimes he just don't want you, and that's okay.
Not at all.
You don't want him either. He a scrub probably. Bye.
I know. And looking back, I'm like, oh my goodness, what was I thinking? Like,
Right.
You look back on Instagram, they is not it.
That nigga's tripping.
All right. Hey, let's spice the conversation up a little bit, huh? All right. So let's get into the sexual encounters.
Just jump right into it,
All
I
right.
guess.
When, ladies, do you introduce sex into the relationship?
I guess it depends on the relationship and how you like. I don't think there's a set time unless you're into that. Then no judgment for you either. If you're like, I'm waiting until this point before I even think about doing anything. But like, so Jonathan had to wait. So
how long?
like 3 months into dating, like officially going back to the title, like, will you be my girlfriend? Yes. And then we waited, and then cause I had to make sure you really wanted me.
Yeah.
But
A little bit of work.
But I feel like it like depends on the relationship and what your goals are for it. So like I knew like my intention with JT was like something I saw for long term, and I didn't want like I wanted to make sure we had a strong foundation before we throw sex into the mix. Yeah. Because like I knew it was gonna be a good thing. Like we were obviously had that tension and attraction for each other. So like it wasn't that. I just wanted to make sure like he for sure liked me for who I was as a person, and like our vibe before we like threw that in the mix. And it wasn't just a lust based relationship. But that's how I was with that. But like other people, like some people, sex is higher on their list of like their checklist. Like a healthy sexual relationship is like number one for them. So they have to try it out before they commit to it, and like no judgment for that either, but that's just not how I navigated it. So I think answering the question, like when do you introduce sex? I think it depends on the relationship.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah, I
If you want to do it on the first night, do it. If you don't, don't.
Okay, be you, girl.
Ain't nobody
Do what
judging.
you
If they
want
do,
to
bye.
do.
Are any of y'all comfortable with doing it on the first night? If you really like the guy?
I mean, it's not for me. That's not what I subscribe to. But if you want to do that,
I
go
don't really
ahead.
feel similar. Hell no! Here we are. We're on the same page over here.
No, but I mean, trust me. I think throughout my dating history and life, it's like things happened earlier than I wanted it to. So it again, like there's no like set number, like 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year, marriage.
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 days. 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
It's just, again, I agree with Sam 100% completely. Depends on what the relationship is. I think it also depends on like where you're at in life, because honestly, I feel like as women, sometimes when we're like just had a bad breakup or we're going through it, the rebound guy, that comes real quick. I mean, some stuff can happen, or, you know, you're just in a season of feeling down and depressed. And
I
maybe
like you.
need
We're going to fuck.
And who's gonna say no? It's like what guy's gonna say no? None of them.
It's about the seasons in your life, like where you are, what's your priority in that moment. And I think as we get older, as we become women and we get older, we understand like, okay, sex is very powerful. And I think women can definitely use it to our advantage, and use it correctly in a way that you can, you know, honor your beliefs and values too.
Y'all got a very powerful weapon down there.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all run the world.
Yeah, I agree. I think that when you introduce sex, it changes everything. I think for women, at least, emotions get involved, and I've seen the shift. I mean, in myself and in my like close friends, it's like it's like that crazy mode comes out. So I mean, I feel like
Why are you laughing, Kendra?
it's so true. It's really powerful, girl. Yes. So for me, I mean, ideally, textbook answer, wait until you're married. But did I do that? No. Is that for everybody? You know, no. But I think whenever you're committed and whenever you're serious, I think that would be a good time. Also, unless it's just a mutually agreed upon time. So if they know, like, okay, we're just having fun, then that's fine. I'm not promoting that, because I think emotions get involved, and I feel like, I don't know, when you have sex, maybe a piece of you becomes a part of them. So
yeah, it's a lot deeper than people think. Especially guys. Gosh, guys would be like,
It's not deeper for them.
It's really not.
It's only deeper
and
in one
us,
way.
we're just so connected. We're so connected to that person, and it's like, have you guys heard of like soul ties before? Like, I think that's real. Like, that is real. So you have to be careful where you're giving yourself and who you're giving yourself to. Yeah. So I think women definitely think about that more than guys do.
Okay. Let's take it a step further.
Dun,
Right?
dun, dun.
Are you agreeing to a threesome with your...
Now bring this question back to us.
Do I make you horny, baby?
I heard this on the first podcast, and I was like, oh no, I just can't wait to what Courtney has to say about this. It's like, what in the world?
So what did you have to say about this, Kendra?
Absolutely not. We're on the same page. Courtney and I, we're like best friends. We're best friends first. We're the same person.
What if
so
you get
no.
to choose a third person?
No, just no. The answer is no.
Completely, huh?
That's me and Courtney don't have any desire to bring anyone else in our bedroom. Like zero, none.
Well,
zilch.
you're entitled to your opinion. Jen?
It's ours.
Jen?
No, I'm too possessive for that. I'm too jealous and possessive, so no.
Right? I feel like that
No,
would
thank you.
bring the worst
Sorry,
out of me.
D. Sorry, babe.
See that now, girl.
And last but not least, Sam Bam.
He plays the music because he already knows that I'm the opposite of what's happening. I'm not totally against it, but I have a lot of stipulations if it were to happen. Like, I have to pick. It has to be a girl. Clearly.
Okay, I was like, girl or guy?
Ew. First of all, I have no desire to see another penis. No judgment if that's what you're into, but that's just not what I'm into. And like, we are open to our preferences, but that's not mine.
Courtney and Dino looking at me like, yes, he's in. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
I just like to explore the idea because like I'm not going to sit here and say like absolutely not because like you never know. Like we're young now, but like you don't know how we're going to feel in like 20 years or whatever to like if we want to spike something up or like you know what I mean. So I'm not going to sit here and shut anything down.
Never say never. Yeah. Never
And
say never.
there we go.
She's talking about 20 years.
I dig it. I dig it. Sam.
But side note, let's segue because this is reminding me.
Hold on, before we segue, because I gotta clear this up.
We're not having a threesome, guys.
Jen gotta leave.
Bye, y'all. Bye.
Don't slide into my husband's DMs. Talk about some, hey,
She's talking
it's me.
about far into the future. Like, you know, she's just being open-minded.
I'm being open-minded.
so-
No,
That's the key word this whole conversation.
You slide into the DM.
What's the stipulations? Tell us again.
Yes, I need stipulations.
I never.
If you're sliding into the DMs, just know you don't meet the stipulation.
Dino and Courtney are still in the lounge pit, ladies and gentlemen.
Jonathan's
That's why you
nervous
still
by
had
my
to-
answers. It's okay. Let me shut it down. I'll clear it up for myself. I don't need you to clear it up.
Let's not shut it down.
I like being in this hot seat, but boy, is it hot up in this motherfucker. All right, look, man. I never thought that the day would come where I was trying to actually kind of be a little PC about this.
Wow.
Because I don't know if Sam understands the Pandora
tables
box
have
that she has
turned.
open right now. Like, oh my gosh. Anyways, let's hurry up and move on.
No, I wanted to segue to something.
Okay,
So,
go ahead.
you know, so speaking of, like, this reminds me of, like, this show I've been watching. I'm, like, addicted to this show, and y'all need to watch it. Because, like, being a teacher, like, I have the summer off, so what I do, binge watch TV, like anybody else would. Not saying I'm into this at all. It's a hell no for me. This is not happening. Don't be like, does Sam want to do? No, I don't. But it's just for the sake of entertainment. Seeking Sister Wives.
I've seen that show.
Oh,
It's crazy.
MG.
I've watched it.
What is that?
So Seeking Sister Wives is a show on TLC, right? And it follows polygamous families in their search for adding. They're married, like they're in a couple, a relationship, and they're seeking another wife to add on. So they're not practicing polygamy. Polygamy is like the umbrella term. They're actually practicing polygyny, which is where a husband has multiple wives. But like the wives don't interact with each other. Like they're like friends or sisters. That's why they're sister wives.
yeah.
So like they get like the women love it because like they're getting a best friend and like a sister out of it. And the men love it because they're men and they have multiple options to have sex with. That's how I see it. That they can say otherwise on the show, but that's what I see. And it's just so entertaining. Like the process of them finding this girl. Cause some people practice it for like religious purposes. Some people practice it because they're like hippie spiritual people and that's what their sense of awareness and
They
their
must be
third eye
Mormons.
is telling me what. Yeah, one couple is Mormons, but everybody else is like random or like not religious.
What do the guys look like? Like they look like they either
look like creeps.
or
One guy
or
had
they
like
must
long
be looking
hair.
like that they were.
Yeah, he had
wearing
like
stuff, huh?
the black guy has like dreads, and
So
he's been on every season. There's 3 seasons. He's been on every season because they haven't been successful with their seeking.
I have a question for you, Sam.
Damn,
Do you
3
think shows like that, like Seeking Sister Wives, and just I think the awareness that everyone has had recently with being very open, do you think that's influenced your decision, or do you feel like you've kind of always been open to that idea?
No, I don't think it's influenced my decision. Because I just started watching it like 2 days ago.
Okay.
No, I feel like I've always like had this in the back of my mind, but I haven't felt comfortable in like expressing it, I guess. But like talking to Irma, shout out to her, like realized, like it's not wrong to like have thoughts and just explore ideas. Or I'm not saying I'm going to act on any of these things,
Right. But
because but I'm also not judging people who do, or I'm not looking at any type of way if that's what your style is into. Like I like to stay educated and, like I said, open-minded. Like my key word this whole podcast is open-minded. But
like
not
that.
my legs are not open. Though. No,
Those are still closed.
those are still
like that.
closed.
I like that. And I think just because people have preferences doesn't mean that they're judgmental. Like, I accept and respect everybody with whatever route that they take. But I know what my preferences are, and I feel like I'm kind of strong in those areas. But I think I mean, I respect it. I think that's cool.
All I know is that, is there any sisters out there seeking my man? You gonna catch these hands?
No, I feel the exact same. What's like, so that like leads into like another thing. So like cheating, like what do you define cheating as in a relationship? I feel like everybody has their own definition, especially women, especially like men. I feel like cheating is more like a physical basis, but like women, something so small as like you FaceTimed her, that's cheating.
Right.
So what do y'all define cheating as?
Ooh, that's tough. And, you know, I did have some problems with the way the men projected that ideals on females on the last podcast, because I felt like JT was like, oh, for women, it's very emotional, right?
I didn't say that shit. That was Dino.
It was said, all right.
It was said by a penis owner, okay?
One of y'all. And then
One of y'all niggas said it.
And then for the men, that it was really more physical. And I like find that very problematic, because I think when you do that, you take the humanity out of like just being a plain out cheater. Like being a cheater and like doing that and like stepping out on your relationship that you've been committed to. I think it's both for both sexes. I think it is physical and emotional. And for women, I know a lot of them are like, oh, but do you love her? No, I want to know the physical.
Right, I want to know all that. How long did you look at her?
Yeah.
Look, I'm about it, all of it. Emotional, physical, whatever you want to call it. I need to know all the details, and I'm still going to be mad whether you love her or not. I'm still pissed. So, it's just no for me. Just as far as like defining cheating, though, I think it just would have to go along the lines of like disrespecting the person after you've set boundaries. And whatever that means, it could be texting, it could be DMing, it could be looking, it could be talking, it could be a coworker took you to lunch. I mean, literally anything. If you discuss that with your partner and it's something that you wouldn't want them to do to you, then shouldn't be doing it. That's true.
Man, that's a lot.
Yeah, I feel like we need a ding on that. No, that was good. That was good.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. I think for me,
You want to run the board, Jen? Go ahead.
No, I don't know.
She's like, no, that's a ding.
This. No, I feel like if I were to define it, I would say that cheating is acting on lust.
Well, that's good. That's good.
So
Ding it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I feel like it's acting on lust. So I'm like, I feel like with lust, you're of course supposed to have these feelings. Of course, people have them and it's normal. But whenever you act on it, that's whenever it becomes cheating. So sin is a lust and then cheating is like acting on it. But I agree with the boundaries. I think that as long as the couple is in communication and they agree to whatever that person's boundaries is, then people have to respect that. For example, Darian has a lot of female friends.
Same.
Which which is okay, 100%. I love them. They're my sisters. Like, but when we first met, this is, 2009, 2010, I didn't know them that well. And I had to set some boundaries. I'm like, okay, if it's after X time, then no. Yeah, no.
We're not hanging out with them.
Or texting or calling. And, Darian is super open. He communicates really well. And so he, with all of the women in his life, he's like made me feel at home. It's like a family and not like a creepy way. But
What a mother. Such a motherly, biblical way of going about cheating and the boundaries.
But I haven't gone yet. No, I was kidding.
But no, seriously.
We're a little more ratchet over here.
That's it. We just had to have conversations. We just have conversations and
Kids
then
are over
respect
here
those
ready
boundaries.
to blow up shit. And then Jen is like, no, what I said is what I said. And no coming over after...
No, and
9:45.
I mean, not necessarily that.
8:30, Jules in bed. We're not doing it.
You guys have to realize they're a married couple. Like,
we're married too.
So I know, but I'm saying with the child, like with all its boundaries, like honestly, I get it. I agree with the boundaries. It's all about the boundaries.
Yeah. I don't know what my definition for cheating is. I think like you cheated, like obviously my mind goes to like the physical act of like how you said acting on lust. Like if you're like hugging, like holding, like with like but waist, you get a side church hug with my man. That's it. Like don't do nothing else.
Side church
Your
hug.
breasts do not need to be touching his chest. Because there'll be some girls that be hugging titties first. And I'm like, ma'am, that's what we're not going to do today.
That's cheating.
No, but I think like not necessarily, there's some things that like make me uncomfortable that are not necessarily cheating, but it's like maybe like a jealousy aspect. So like, y'all know my husband, like he's very personable. Like he has a lot of friends. He has a big network. He's very out there. And like given this platform, like I had to become, I'm still working on it, have to become more comfortable with him being personable and not friendly with women to like, but it's not him. It's not like I don't trust him. Like I do trust him 100% or else we wouldn't be, we've been together 8.5 years. Like the trust is there. But what I don't trust
is these bitches.
But I've seen one too many times that like girls don't care. And like a lot, not all, but most women are like more attracted to like men in a committed relationship.
That's true.
Like,
and
like the fact that they know that they have somebody like, oh, he's willing to commit. So maybe he'll leave her and commit to me because he's showing that he's willing to commit already. And like, so that makes me uncomfortable. And that's why I'm real testy with these girls. And like, maybe I'm a bitch, but I'll be that bitch if that's what I have to be before I have to get to, like, I don't know you. And I don't owe you anything. Yeah. Like at this point, you owe me because like we're married and like, I'm going to fill you out for whatever. And you can be upset and you can be mad. But like, I feel like it's my right as a wife at this point. But like,
what's up now, partner?
So I guess my stipulations are higher. And so like we've had, and I think it goes back to communication. Like we've had to have conversations like, this is like, I tell him when I'm not comfortable and I tell him why, or like in the history and like even in college, like we were like on the DL for a minute. So like navigating, like people still thinking he's single and like I'm in the background, like bitch, like no, but she don't know.
Right. Yeah. That's a lot to navigate. Yeah. And I agree. I think it's different when, each partner has their things going on. Like, Courtney and I relationship is very unique. I'm a professional athlete, so I travel a lot. So our trust has to be there because I could be in Europe for a month. I could be traveling from California to Oregon and I'm gone, literally don't even live at our apartment that we have together for 3 weeks to 3 months at times when I'm training. So that trust has to be there. And so going into a relationship, like having any doubts would be torture, literally awful, especially in our situation. It'd be like a constant paranoia. Yeah, it's basically long distance. So it'd be constant paranoia. It's constant, like just weighing on your heart. So I think the key again is also like Sam said exactly is communication, but then also like knowing the uniqueness of your own relationship and then being like, okay, these are the unique boundaries that I have. Because I'm an athlete, I have to trust that I'm going to be away from you. And I don't want to hear about you bringing someone home to our apartment or me going overseas and like cheating. Like all those things are like, it's real and we have to talk about it. And that's in the forefront of our relationship. And it just only makes us stronger because we do talk about it and we do set those boundaries.
That's good. And I think for me, I am less worried about the women because I know opportunities are always going to be there. Opportunities are always going to be there. But it's how he handles certain situations is what I'm worried about. So I think I can't control what other people do. I can't control what other people say or put on, social media or whatever. But I know for him, it's just going to come down to his discipline, his commitment. And even when we were dating like we were married. Like our actions when we were dating, we acted basically like we were married. We showed that level of commitment. So it wasn't like a major shift whenever we got married. So I think that's also important to note.
Did you navigate that part? Like, did you set the boundaries of like how y'all were going to, kind of move in the dating phase?
I can only think of one time. I can think of one time. So basically, Derry and I, we started off as friends, and we hung out literally every day. We were always together after class. We would meet up. We would be together all the time, go to the dorms, hang out. Then we started falling for each other. And then I remember it was spring break was approaching. And spring break for college, that's South Padre Island. Get it? And so I remember I did initiate the conversation. I'm like, okay, what's going on? Where is this going? Because, I need to know how to, if I could throw ass on spring break or not. Hot girl summer. Yeah, baby. It's hot girl summer. Yeah.
Hot girl spring.
Hot girl spring break.
Wasn't me.
Saw me banging on the sofa.
and vice versa for him. So, I mean, we had that kind of initiated the conversation about, okay, like, what is this? Because, if we're a thing, then we're going to be a thing. If not, then, okay, we'll have fun and see where it goes. So.
Okay. Cool.
That's good.
Ladies, any final remarks?
I'll say something. I do think that women get a lot of slack, and I just wanted to come on here and just defend the women, okay? Because I feel like a lot of people think that, women just are really emotional and we make decisions just based because we're like in love with the guy. And I just want to say that honestly, the last 10 years of my life, I've seen some really independent women hold their own, not have to be married, not have to be in a relationship, and date and have sex and have normal relationships with guys. And some choose to get married and some choose not to, and some choose to have kids and some choose not to. And so I think this whole lies of like traditional women in relationship roles like have totally been shattered. And so I'm just so happy for like women who are just standing up, being proud, representing independence, having their own jobs, having their own cars, not needing men for anything. I just love it, and I just want some more of it. So congrats to all the ladies out there doing their thing.
I love that. I like that.
Jen, any final remarks? No? All right, cool.
I said what I said.
Ladies, thank y'all so much for contributing to the Relationship Theory Part 2 and providing the woman's perspective. It has been a juicy, wonderful, and enlightening conversation, and we cannot wait to see what our listeners have to say about this. But it would not be a great POTNAS episode if we did not get into some trivia.
I forgot about it. I'm not ready.
Oh, yeah, we're good. We're done.
All right, so we're not going to play just any trivia. We're not doing grade school trivia this time. We're going to do actual relationship trivia. And not just any relationship, y'all's relationship.
Yeah, y'all just had to put yourself in there somewhere, huh?
All right.
That's all they wanted. They can't get too much credit. They had to bring it back to us.
Intro for 20 minutes. Like, we got 5 minutes of the podcast.
Wait, hold on. Oh my.
Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking.
I'm speaking.
No, you can't use come
Mr. Vice President, I'm
on us.
speaking.
You can't use Madam President or Vice President on us. Don't do that.
I'm speaking, Kendra. Okay? All right. Anyways, this is how it's going to go. All right? I'm going to ask you 4 rounds of questions to each of you.
That's
right?
just a random number.
And it's going to be a couple of different categories. You know, it's going to be basically like who would react in a certain way, who said this particular line, and then a couple of knowledge questions for your man. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get the question about your man. You might get somebody else's. So, for example, Sam might get the dictionary, and then Jen might get a question about Tizzle. All right, so we're going to break this up into 4 different rounds.
I feel like you did silly questions because you're trying to set us up, but it's okay. So,
all
go
right.
ahead.
I know. I'm like, what is this?
Let's get into the first round, round 1. This one is for Sam.
All right, check out.
How would D react if he got stuck at the highest peak of a roller coaster? And this is a multiple choice question, by the way.
Okay.
Is it A, I'm thinking about how I'm going to sue whatever theme park I'm at. However, I just need to
You got to live
survive.
first.
Is it B, I'm going to remain chill and try to keep from spazzing, you know, and then eventually I'm going to wait until we get rescued? Or is it, I'm going to try to save as many people as possible? Well, at least whoever is black.
That's it?
Yep.
Oh. This is a stupid question.
How would you react?
Remember the multiple choice.
Okay, so A was suing people, suing the amusement park. B was
Remain chill.
Okay, I think B.
All right. Good job. Yeah. That's 1 point for for Sam. Kendra, this next question is for you. Who said this line? I am a lion in the bedroom.
Oh, do I get multiple choice?
It's one of the.
It's one of us. Is it Dino?
Was it Ryan Gosling?
It was Dino.
Hey, all right. Cool. You've been listening. You've been doing your homework, girl. Okay.
He says it like every other.
Is he a lion in the bedroom, Jen?
Yeah,
Honestly, Jen, I'm sorry. Jen, are you okay? Blink twice, girl.
So this is about women. This is about women.
It's about us.
All right, moving on. Golly, we talk about Dino's sexual activity way too much.
No, Dino talks about Dino's sexual activity. Nobody else is like, hey, Dino. No, it's all him.
yeah, it is.
Do I make you horny, baby?
No.
All right. Jen, this question is for you.
Okay.
Which partner has this biggest regret in college? For not finding out about BC powder until senior year.
JT.
Was it Corn? It was Courtney.
Oh, Sam with the steal, huh?
That's not fair. That's not fair.
Why is it not fair?
Because like,
How would she know that?
I didn't know Courtney when he was a senior in college.
You're not to know.
You're like, wait, I did.
I just met him yesterday.
I'll take the L.
Who's
It's fine.
Courtney?
Go ahead.
All right.
Whatever.
Round 2.
Is this still about other people?
Yes, it's still. Hold on. Just wait. We're gonna get to that round. Trust me.
Wait, how does she know the rounds?
I don't, because he said it earlier.
No, she doesn't.
I'm asking based on context clues, like how we've been answering about other people.
Secrets over here. Okay.
He don't tell me
She's
nothing.
giving him some. Okay, Sam. I see what's going on.
He's trying to be a lion.
All right, round 2. Sam. Actually, this is okay. This is going to be about your specific band. All right, round 2. Sam, if JT could have any celebrity join in on a threesome, who would she be?
No.
You get 2 choices. You get 2 chances to answer.
Against it.
Can I have a hint?
Absolutely not.
You know.
I don't, because he'd be switching it up.
I know. I actually think I know this.
Ugh, I can go like left or right. Is it? Isn't that new girl you be listening to singing? I don't know her name.
Sinead Hart?
Mm-hmm.
Can I guess?
No, I
weird?
get 2 chances.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. One more.
Since when do we get 2 chances?
She said I get 2.
4, 3.
Naomi
2,
Scott.
4. Naomi Scott. Oh, the chick from Power Rangers? No.
She's an option.
Wait, Jen.
Jen wants to go.
All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna guess because I remember him saying that y'all look like.
Oh.
Who is it?
Zoe Saldana?
Yeah.
But that's not who he's going to say. Because she don't have a big enough booty.
You have a wife.
She don't have a big booty, that's why.
Who is it?
It's all about fantasy. It's just
Scarlett Johansson.
fun trivia. No, it's actually not.
Who is it?
It's Paula Patton. Paula Patton.
You done shifted from her already. You try to bring old stuff back. You's a liar. She ain't got a booty either.
Or Brittany Renner.
See, now we're fighting. Because Jonathan's sleeping in the guest room tonight.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on in the other room over there.
Kendra, this question is for you. Brittany Griner.
Brittany Renner.
No, not Brittany Griner.
That is a beautiful basketball having woman.
Yeah, that's my homie.
Brittany
but
Griner don't want you.
She really don't, JT. She don't want you.
What?
You don't have what she needs.
I can't.
Okay. All right. Kendra, same question. If Courtney could have any celebrity to join in,
Kendra gonna beat up the
who
celebrity.
would it be?
I already know who it is.
Who is it?
Say it. Who is it?
Lauren London.
They're switching it up on purpose. They're switching the answers up on purpose.
I know this one. I know. Second, Carucci.
Good job.
Karuchi.
I know my man.
Apparently I don't. We have some
Jen, same question. If Dino could have a celebrity join in on a threesome, who is it going to be? Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. No, that's correct.
No,
It's
no,
easy.
no.
Rihanna.
Yeah. Wow, she got that on the first try.
See, they had normal
He
people.
talks
You
about
try
like
to
every day.
go back in the
She
woodwork.
got that on the first try. All right, cool, Jen.
That's fine.
All right, who's in the? Okay, how many? What are the points right
I'm
now?
salty.
We got Sam.
I'm salty.
I was earlier. It's
Sam with 1 point, Kendra with 2, and Jen with 2.
Oh,
All
okay.
right.
One more.
All right.
Yeah, well,
There's 2 more.
No, Jen, you got the first question wrong. Yeah. So
She's about to take her point.
Yeah, I know.
I
She's
feel like I
mad.
win. I got
No,
one.
because Jonathan likes
No,
to
you
set
got
up
one.
his
You got-
questions for me to
you got
lose
this
on
one that you
purpose.
just answered.
Okay.
All right. Last
why he was
round.
giggling
Last
earlier.
round. Here we go.
I thought there-
round
I thought there were
4.
I thought there was 4 rounds.
Well, I misspoke.
Jonathan don't know how to
because
count.
I messed. All right, last round. Only for the second time. On a scale of 1 to 10, how does JT rate how crazy you are, Sam?
Oh, I'm not even that crazy. I'm probably like a 4.
Oh,
Is that your final answer?
That's low. I feel like all of us are at least a 5.
Okay, 6.
That's correct, but
Great job, Sam.
you don't get that.
Yes, I do.
You don't get 2 questions. No, you don't get 2 chances to answer that. No,
I don't
absolutely
know.
not.
That's a hard. Oh,
You're
God.
rude.
Kendra, same question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how does Corn rate how crazy you are?
Oh, I know that, baby. That's a 10.
It could be worse.
He actually rated
Thank
you an
Courtney.
8.
An 8. All right.
Yeah. But he
Aw,
says
that's so sweet.
that she used to be on 100.
Yeah, we were off the Richter scale on that one. But I've grown up. I'm mature.
All right. Jen, are you ready? On a scale of 1 to 10, how does Dino rate how crazy you are? Don't look at my computer
I'm
screen.
not okay.
That's why I got
She
that
cheated.
button.
That's why she got the point.
It's dark. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
This is a hard one. I don't think I got this one. I mean, he lucked up because I'm not that crazy, but I'm gonna say a 6.
You were close. It was a 5. But he says, low key, all women start at 4.
I should have kept the original.
Yes,
Dang
yes,
it.
yes, yes. All right. So.
I say you should say the last question.
Huh?
What's the last question, just for kicks and giggles?
Okay. All right. Cool.
And what's the score?
I don't know.
So actually, you all got all of those questions wrong. So technically,
No, I get half a point.
Technically, Kendra is in the lead right
Last
now.
round. Last round.
All right, last
What do you
round.
get, a
last round,
shot?
last round. All right. So this last round, whoever answers first
Jingo.
is who will win.
yeah.
This question is worth 3 points.
Oh.
Are we ready? Which two partners?
See,
Wait.
just cut the episode.
Which two partners has this biggest regret while in college? Coming into college with a girlfriend.
JT and Courtney.
JT Darian. JT Darian.
JT and Darian.
JT and Darian,
Yeah.
JT and Darian. And then what do you say?
I don't know. Did I say JT and Courtney? Yeah, I met Jonathan with his girlfriend.
Oh wait, no. Wait, hold on.
No, I said it first.
What was the answer?
The answer
JT
is
and Courtney.
JT and Courtney.
Darian had a girlfriend.
But he didn't regret it.
Yeah.
Keyword.
Hold on, we might need to unpack that.
I win. That's all that matters. Okay, wrap it up.
Okay, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up the relationship trivia. All right. Now we're going to get into our traditional segment of the podcast, the toast. And I'm going to actually defer to you three and allow you all to lead the toast this time instead of me kind of the man controlling the narrative, right?
Always mansplaining shit.
Get out.
Yeah, oh, okay. All right.
Nigga. No,
Get out.
right now.
All right,
It's the
cool.
end. Just kidding. Don't leave.
All right. So, ladies, what do y'all want to toast to? Do y'all each want to give a toast or
Yeah.
how do y'all want to do this?
Yeah, let's do it. We're actually going to toast to our men.
All right. Oh,
See,
really?
we fought here and we defended those women, and now we're gonna toast our men.
I know. No.
We wouldn't have been given this platform if it wasn't for y'all to speak on this and given the opportunity. So, that's why we feel that it's important to acknowledge you in this time.
Okay. All right. Well then, at this time, go ahead, Jen.
Oh no,
Did you
I
want to
don't
say
know if
something?
are we going specific? Because
It's your idea, Jen. We're going with you.
Go ahead and get.
Okay.
Yeah. It's your time.
Okay, so yes, shout out to all the guys. Y'all are amazing. I believe, you know that saying where they say you are like the 5 closest people to you are a reflection of you, and I believe it's so true. So I'm so glad that Darian has y'all as a network and as brothers, so we love y'all. I want to shout out to Darian Dixon for being an amazing husband, and he honestly, you guys, is the most selfless person that I know.
Oh yeah.
The most selfless person I know. And I just love him and how he loves me unconditionally. So shout out, even though I know I can be a lot sometimes, but regardless, at the end of the day, he's going to love me regardless. So that really, so yeah, shout out. Thank you. Thank you, Dave.
Okay, yeah. I'll toast to Courtney. He's just such a great partner to have, and he is just so tough. I live a crazy lifestyle, and he's always there. He's always supporting my track and field career. So I couldn't ask for, anyone who's just more supportive, and anything I ever need, he's there. I always feel secure and safe. So thank you for loving me the way you do, and I'm really proud of you.
All right, now I feel pressured to go. No, I'm just kidding. All jokes aside, that's my nature. When I'm uncomfortable, I joke about things, or that's just how we navigate our relationship. But I love this man to death. He's my favorite person on earth. I tell him all the time, as toxic or dangerous as it may sound, I wouldn't want to do life if he wasn't here with me doing it. I love your drive and your goals. You've pushed me so far beyond. I met this man when I was 19 years old, and I was still exploring life and trying to figure out what I wanted or I wanted to do or who I was. And he did all of that with me. And I credit the woman that I've been able to come a lot to how much he's loved me and been there and my partner throughout all of this. So I love you, and I love your drive. I love your faith. I love your support. The list goes on and on. There's not a thing I can name that I don't love about you, even like little quirks, like leaving tissues all over the place, but I still love it because it's you.
I got allergies.
That's you. But shout out to you. Thank you for choosing me to do life with, because you had options, and you chose me. But anyways, love you. Toast to you.
Love you too, baby. Hey, love y'all, ladies. Thank y'all so much for contributing to this episode. For first and foremost, for agreeing to come on and to be able to be as transparent as y'all were on the relationship theory. I know that can be kind of like overwhelming at times and kind of overbearing, but y'all stepped up to the plate like y'all always do. Y'all each are bosses in your own endeavors, and y'all are leading the charge. Y'all are literally leading the pack. All right. And so we at this time, we'll go ahead and toast. Let's go ahead and cheers. Yes. Salud.
I had to do it for you, D.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is all that we have for this episode. Follow us on all social media platforms, starting from the left end of the table. Sam Bam.
You can follow me at She Is Sam Bam.
Oh, yeah.
You can follow me at MS_K Chambers.
Oh, yeah. Miss K Chambers. Oh, Miss_K Chambers, huh? All right, cool. Jen?
Look for the blue check mark.
Oh.
Look, Jen got to pull up her phone. She don't know what her ad name is.
I got it. Okay, so I'm so genuine 08. So that is so_genuine with the J 08.
All right. So cool. JENNUINE08, ladies and gentlemen. I am JT Got Soul. Go ahead and follow the dictionary Dino at the dictionary. That is THE_DIXONARY. And then follow Courtney at Courtney J Coleman. Right? That's it, right? All right, cool. Hey, let us know your feedback. Follow us at POTNAS Podcast. That's POTNAS Podcast on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Visit our website, www.potnaspodcast.com. Let us know what you want to hear or think about for the next episode. Contact at potnaspodcast.com. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Peace. Ooh, exiting on some house music.